I'm going to talk about something you probably didn't think existed. Most people don't think exists. It's a cryptocurrency that brings in more money than it spends. What? Does that mean it's profitable? Yeah, if you look at it from that point of view, it's a profitable cryptocurrency. But I thought cryptocurrency was just funny money and the business models were just guesses and maybe something will happen in the future. Well, no, there are models that are working right now and providing quite a bit of revenue and covering all their operating expenses. A lot of people thought that those types of models just didn't exist, like a unicorn or a Pegasus. All right, that's what we're going to talk about. It's Maple. The token is Syrup. First, I have to say my disclaimer. Don't do what I do. Informational purposes only. As you can tell, I'm just a big dumb animal. If you would, hit the like button, hit subscribe. It helps me out. I would love to get more subscribers. And I also have a school community. There's a link down below. We've got classes on all sorts of things. I put a lot of time into building these. I'm building more. And then we discuss cryptocurrencies, the market in general, that sort of thing on a daily basis. So let's talk about Maple and what it is. The token is Syrup. I made a video about it back November of 2024 because on November 13th, they were switching the token from Maple into Syrup. If I'm not mistaken, you got 100 Syrup for every 1 Maple. That was the conversion rate. And I believe you have up to 3 years from that date to convert. I myself just converted right away. I've got a video on how to do that. At the time, remember this number, 263 million total value locked at that point in time. Okay. In a nutshell, they're providing loans, over collateralized loans to institutional borrowers. And that's how they generate their fees. Their collateral, you can see here, is primarily Bitcoin, some Ethereum, and other coins. So here's an article where they go over 3 different things. One, the price shooting up recently for many reasons. And one of them is because they did a deal with this large bank, Cantor Bitcoin-backed credit facility. Now, if we look at the pricing, and we look at a chart here, they have a 4-hour chart and they're showing this descending channel and it broke out the channel and it started to go up. Let's look at where it is right now. If you look up Syrup, I think the best data that I found is on Kraken. And this is a 4-hour chart starting November 13th. It had some spikes up and down during that time frame when it did a convert. I don't know what the average price was, maybe 25 cents or so between the highs and lows. And since then, it has just gone pretty much steadily down. And it looks like it bottomed around April, just 2 months ago, around 8 cents. And since then, it shot up. Here's the descending channel they talked about in the article that it broke through. And then it's doing another pullback. It's around 38 cents right now. So it's had a great run, not only because it did some recent deals, but they talk about the fact that the total value locked has gone up. Let's look at it on DeFi Llama ourselves. Remember in that video, back in November when I first did it, it was around 250 million total value locked. If you look at this on DeFi Llama, it's at 1.2 billion. Not only that, but the trajectory has been just straight up and to the right. Let's zoom in here so we can see that's just the beginning of, this is 2024. It moved up and then November was around 260, 280 million, which is exactly what it was. As you can see the screenshot back in November. So those numbers jive. I always like to double check, but let's just look at 2025, starting at around, let's just call it 250 million. And now it's up to 1.2 billion. What's that, a 5x? Unbelievable. The trajectory is just straight up, which makes sense and explains why probably their chart has been doing so well. It's really just come out of left field, gone through the roof. Here's the exciting part. Not only is that interesting, but look at their fees. And these fees are just interest paid by borrowers. 33 million, and this is annualized, over the last 12 months. So let's just say, divide by 12, it's roughly 3 million a month in fees. However, revenue is 26 million, and it says the percentage of that interest going to the treasury. So the percentage of the 33 million that they get to utilize is 26 million. Great. Here's what's really interesting. Annual operational expenses. Excuse me. They've got some basic information here. Salaries, around 7 million. legal marketing product operations. I don't know how accurate this is, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's pretty darn close at 8 million. However, their revenue is 26 million. So they're sitting on another, almost like $16 million or $18 million in just pure profit. So they're making enough to cover. That is exciting to me because that means that they can expand in many different ways. They literally have cash, not just cryptocurrency, that they can use acquisitions, hire more people, whatever it may be, marketing team to go out to more institutions and allow them to realize that this type of borrowing and lending is available. And I would hope that this just continues to rise. That is substantial to me. So I wanted to point out, and we see here on the 4-hour chart, it had hit around 45 cents. It's around 38 cents. Maybe you wait for another pullback. I don't know. Let's see what happens. This is June 6th. We're not yet in an altcoin season. Yet this one from May went from 12 to 45. That's almost a 4x in a very short period of time. So these things do exist. This is a utility coin that is generating substantial revenue, that is profitable, that is covering all of their operational expenses, and has done a 5x just this year in the total value locked from roughly 250 million to 1.25 billion. To me, maple syrup is one you want to take a look at. If you've been following my channel, you know that it's been in my portfolio for well over a year. I like it back then. I love it now. Take a look. Hope we can all make generational wealth together with crypto. Please do like and subscribe. Take a look at my school community. Love to have you there. I'm in there daily all the time. Have a great day.